You said you were really looking forward to meeting
Anyway,
Buzz this morning. Why?
because I'd heard so much about him, I guess the stuff that you were just talking about, and the impression I have so far is he's more quiet than I thought he'd be. He's a lot more laid back than I thought he'd be.
Yeah. But you said you were also curious to find out what color his hair would be.
I had seen him on TV and seen him in, I guess, the newspapers and what have you, and I was kind of curious how he was going to appear today.
Yeah. And Paul, what were you looking forward to about meeting, excuse me, Buzz, what were you looking forward to about meeting Paul? Forgive me.
I just enjoy good athletes, and when you get a chance to be around somebody that has a chance, especially in Paul's position, he has a chance to steal the show a lot of the times. He's done a great job this year. He might can average 175 yards in today's college football game. Against some good teams, he's played against some great defensive teams, Alabama, for instance. And that's a great credit to him and his team.
Steal the show. You've stolen the show a few times, too. In fact, we'd like to look at some videotape here of your action out there on the field, which has really caught everyone's attention this year. What do you think, as we look at this, what do you think are your greatest strengths out there?
I think just the fact that we play with a unity on the defensive side of football is something that a lot of teams don't possess. I think the fact that we get a chance to play the Miamis, the Texases, the Nebraskas, gives us a chance to dominate teams, get us on national TV, to have some fun with what college football is all about.
Paul, you have a great deal of fun out there as you're racing from one end of the field to the other. How would you describe your greatest satisfaction this season?
I think my greatest satisfaction really has been, I guess, watching the development of the younger ball players and watching our team grow closer together. We have a very good crop of seniors, and we really worked very hard during the offseason and really worked very hard to bring things together. Unfortunately, we came up a bit short in a couple of games. We didn't get a bowl bid, but it's been really gratifying this year.
It's a real leader talking when you look to the younger players first, isn't it? Coming up a little short, guys, I have to ask, at the beginning of the season, both of you were touted as possible winners of the Heisman Trophy. Now, it looks like that won't be the case. Is that disappointing to you?
Fairly disappointing, mainly because of the fact that it was basically given to Testaverde like the third game of the season, and I really don't think he gave the rest of the candidates or myself, or the media didn't give the rest of the candidates or myself a fair shot, and that kind of bothered me a bit.
Yeah. How about you, Buzz?
Well, anytime you deal with Testaverde, and I've had a chance to play with him 2 years now, I mean, the man has an S on his chest. He's surrounded himself. Coach Jimmy Johnson has surrounded Vinny with probably the best talent that you can see on the college football field at one time. They probably got 7 or 8 first-round draft choices. Anytime you can get a college quarterback to throw 26, 27 touchdowns, you're obviously, the odds-on favorite. Vinny's had a great year.
It's not just his award, then, it's the team.
I think it's really a team-oriented award, especially when you look at what he's accomplished and what Miami's accomplished.
Well, gentlemen, you have made the team this year, and we're sure happy to have you here this morning. Sorry we got off a little rockily, but it's really great to have you here. Intimidating. It's so enormous. 11 minutes.
A proud night indeed for Temple's Paul Palmer. In the Blue-Gray Classic in Montgomery, Alabama, he rips off 166 yards against some of the best college defensive players in America. An incredible performance by the Owls All-American running back. Look at this effort right here, breaking tackles, straight-arming people. Paul Palmer was a master tonight as the Blue whipped the Gray 31-7. He scores there, and Paul Palmer gets his just reward. The Temple Owl player was the game's most valuable player. And it couldn't happen to a nicer young man, and if the Pro Scouts didn't think he was a first-round choice before tonight, they do now.
And for a guy you know, Paul Palmer. Did he do something today? He was the most valuable player. 166 yards and 21 carries. A 49-yard run, scored 2 touchdowns. He'll play on the whole end, the senior. And it looks very much after this game. If the rest of the world weren't believers, he was runner-up in the Heisman. He has got to go in the first round. He's not big enough. He's not strong enough. But I think he's fast enough and durable enough.
Good day for autographs at the Downtown Athletic Club. There you see Brian Bosworth of Oklahoma giving out one. Vinny Testaverde, of course, is here. He is the heavy favorite to collect the Heisman Trophy today.
Brian Bosworth of Oklahoma. Paul Palmer of Temple. And Miami's Vinny Testaverde, the heavy favorite to win this year's
Heisman Trophy.
The CBS Sports Special, the Heisman Trophy Award.
Senior Paul Palmer from Potomac, Maryland, led the nation in rushing, and his ball-carrying exploits made him a folk hero of sorts in the city of brotherly love. Temple touted Palmer as larger than life, and in fact, some of his stats did seem superhuman. Take, for instance, his remarkable 170 yards per game rushing average, or his 2,600 all-purpose yards that broke the record Marcus Allen had set in his Heisman Trophy season 5 years ago.
I never thought anybody could gain 300 yards against a defense that I coached, but Paul Palmer did, and I was very much impressed with the way he handled that.
Paul, you've had a sensational career, a great senior year. Who's been the most inspirational person in your life?
I think the biggest inspiration of my life has been my great-grandmother. She's taken care of me since I was about 3 years old. And when I first started, she didn't want me to play football. And as I got older, she encouraged me to keep playing football. And every time I go home, she tells me she loves me and how proud she is of me.
Paul, again, congratulations. Jim?
All right, Pat.
All three of our running backs this year went almost unnoticed a year ago. Two of them because they were playing behind stars. The third because he was a relatively small man playing for a team that got relatively little attention. At 5'10" and 180 pounds, Paul Palmer is a very big man on the Temple University campus, the Owls' first All-America running back. Palmer rushed for more than 1,800 yards this season. He gained 2,633 all-purpose yards, breaking the NCAA single-season record set by Marcus Allen at a football power, Southern Cal.
I try to be realistic with myself and face facts that if I had went to another school, I probably wouldn't be playing until this time. I probably would have been redshirt and I'd probably be splitting time with someone. So I would have liked to have been at another school at first, but now I realize that Temple's been the best place for me.
Paul Boo Palmer, Temple University running back. Now, speaking of running, there's no one who can touch Paul right here. He's got power, acceleration, and maneuverability, and blinding speed in the open field. And all that's just when he's late for class.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a group of America's finest young athletes, men who are in wonderful physical condition. That's why I always stay in shape, so I can take care of myself, keep myself in tip-top form, ready to face any challenge, no matter how formidable. No, they're here.
Go.